Everybody, so yeah, yesterday I got it to where we have this button that calls our function that turns on the microphone, and then you talk, and then there's a response that shows. And so, in order to get that response, I called it voice result. I'm just being clear that this is not like anything that's in the API. Basically, here there's a callback for on result, and it basically publishes that result, which is the transcript, which is in an array and all that. And this is all seems like highly over engineered at this point, but it is actually pretty important once you get into the continuous recording. Um, but for this, you'd think like, oh, okay, why don't you just give me my result? It also returns inside this list, it also returns like the percentage of how likely it thinks what it heard is what you said, or what you said is what it heard. But basically, like if you were like to say hello or hello, the first one it might give you like a 92%, and then the second one, if it recognizes it as hello, it might give you like a 55%. It's like I think he said hello. Um, so, anyways, without further ado, what we need to do is uh, basically uh, subscribe to this, and the way you do that is you create an effect function that um, operates on this voice result. Um, so again, like most of this code, all of this code will end up in another thing. But see, we're already listening to an effect. Now, one of the things I think that is, I'm not sure about this, but I believe that in these effects, oh, so this is API indicator. So actually, never mind. App component. Yeah, so we don't have anything like that. So what we want to do is we want to create a function called effect, and it's just a function that you call, and this function comes from core. So effector effect. Okay, so now we have our effect, and what effect wants is a function. Um, and I don't believe there's any arguments that come into that function. And basically, this will run anytime anything that you're listening for changes to has a change. That's what I think happens. So it's like, um, let's see, this dot speech service dot recognition. Um, is not equal to. I don't know what this thing is. So I'm just gonna do this console.log recognition, comma, this dot speech service dot recognition. And I believe, yeah, you have to call it as a function. Um, so this would need to be this one. So basically, like if you like are, you know JavaScript, this probably doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't make sense to me. Basically, when Angular transpiles this code, what happens is it writes other JavaScript that's listening, that's creating its own hooks and stuff like that. So don't put too much, if you don't understand what it's doing, don't get too worked up about it. So it doesn't like that speech service. What is it saying? It's not a function. Okay, I'm a little confused by that. Let's see. Maybe. Oh, it wasn't recognition. It's voice result. Um, I don't know if that like I don't know. The way you used to have to think when you were working on like vanilla JavaScript, or if you are working on vanilla, is very different than how you have to think when you're doing compile stuff, because you're not going to understand what the compiler's doing. You can do that, like you can look at the source code and sort of figure that out, and it's probably fun and interesting. But anyways, so I'm going to try this. Hello. There we go. So publish result. Hello. Recognition. Hello. And yeah. So I wrote, I wrote recognition here. Voice result is not equal to that. So let's see if this code works. Alerts are neat. They're just kind of like a dinosaur. You don't get to see them very often, so I'm just going to do one. Okay, it's still loading. Okay, so that is interesting. So that was something. So something came through. Oh, and it's undefined. Okay, so let's make that not equal to undefined. So if it's not equal to undefined, then we're going to alert. Hello. Okay, yeah, so that worked. So um, so what we're going to do is I'm going to create a component property, and I'm going to name it result. And this is just another example of something that is going to be gone. We'll end up creating components that this exists in, but let's just get this stuff working to begin with. Is equal to okay, just make sure it compiles. Yep. Now we're going to use interpolation. Sometimes, when I'm making these videos, I can remember that word, and sometimes I can't. Result. And hello. There you go. Hi. There we go, man. It's like magic. Let's see. What are we looking at here? 7 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a pretty good amount of time. I think what I'm going to want is this is probably going to be in tabs, right? So it's going to be like you'll get this on top, and then you'll have 3 tabs, and then one tab will be like for this non-contiguous. So for discrete, I guess is the opposite of continuous. Opposite of continuous. Hello? Wow, okay. What? I swear, I don't even understand. I think Google may be in big trouble because it's just like not very efficient. How do you spell opposite? Opposite of continuous. Oh, I misspelled it. Really? That's how you spell that? That's crazy. Unbroken, discontinuous, sporadic, intermittent, fragmented. How about discrete? Is discrete? It's going to be interesting to see how it corrects me here. There's a broken over discrete refers to something that is distinct. See, distinct or separate or individually distinct. So distinct would also probably be a good word, but I think discrete's a little bit better. So yeah, so what I'm envisioning is we have 3 tabs here, one that says discrete, one that says continuous, and then one that says like all events, and it just lists out all the existing events that it detects. So that's that. And I would also like to get set up the routing so that, when I'm coding, when I'm working on it and it's reloading, I'm not having to then go to the correct tab every time. So that should do it. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.